Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Basement Ballers podcast. My name is Kadeem. That's Brahim. You already know. And we are back with another episode of our podcast, weekly podcast that we do about European football, Premier League, La Liga, Serie A. You know it. If you watched it, you already know. If you haven't watched it, welcome to the team. Be an honorary baller today.
Yeah,
Tell your friends.
Better be watching it.
Whoa, wait.
Better be watching.
Well, let's let the viewers decide, you know. But yeah, so you guys who've watched it kind of know the vibe here. We usually start off with a Premier League roundup. This week will not be any different, right? It will not be different.
It'll be actually more.
A lot more, because as you guys have known, there were midweek games.
And there was
weekend
midweek
games.
games, and there was the games this week.
Right?
Yeah.
Today is Sunday, April 30th. Yeah. So we are filming this about right after the last of the today's games had been completed. So most of our analysis will be done with the games prior, because obviously it does take us some time to kind of go full analysis on the games while we watch them. So so we're going to start off with the first midweek game of the week, which was Wolves versus Palace.
Yes.
Right? So Wolves versus Palace ends 2-0.
Both goals were scored So they scored. I think their first goal was scored pretty early, and then their last goal was scored in the 95th minute. So it was really
right. And it was an own goal. So the first goal that Wolves get was an own goal off of Anderson. And then there was a penalty late, so that was allowed the Wolves to kind of put it away.
Yeah,
However, I thought Palace.
Well, they're both at this point. Both of them are sick, because Palace have hit 40 points, and if you know the golden rule of relegation, if you hit 40 points, you're not going to get relegated. Chelsea still hasn't hit 40 points though. Anyways,
this was basically a battle of the mid-table teams.
Yeah, well, they're both. Well, now Palace are up to 11th, and Wolves I think are 13th. So yeah. And then,
by the way, I think that I don't think we've talked about him at all really in our podcast, but Eze. I think that brother's class. I think he's done a really good job.
Good. Yeah, well, when they signed them up, I think it was from QPR. They got him 2 years ago. Yeah, people were saying he's good. He was really good in the championship.
He's solid for sure, man.
So.
For sure.
I know. Crystal Palace have a lot of good players. I mean, bro, I don't get why Wilfred Zaha's still there.
Yeah, I mean, bro, it's a loyalty thing. I can respect that for sure.
I don't even think it's that. I think he wants to leave. They're just not letting him. I mean, he's dumb as well, because he signed the contract extension like a few years ago, which pretty much kept them at the club. He can't really, I blame him. I don't.
No, for sure. I see what you're saying. But at the same time, I think there's loyalty for sure. Yeah. But and he's kind of in that same bubble of a Harry Kane, in terms of he's getting to that age. What is it, 31 right now? 30.
Zaha's he's 30.
Yeah, I think where if now is the time. If he wants to move,
he has
it's the time.
Yeah,
now,
he has to go this summer. If he's at Palace next year, then it's wraps for him.
100%.
Because no one's gonna move for him. I think I would take him out Arsenal as a squad. I would take him as a.
Would you start? You wouldn't start him though.
I wouldn't start him. No, as a backup.
Yeah, I don't think he would be willing to go to a team where he doesn't start. To be fair.
Well, if he's going to, no, because he goes to a team where basically, he's not gonna start, but Arsenal, there's gonna be a lot of rotation, obviously, because you have to keep Premier League, Champions League, all that. So there's gonna be a lot of rotation. Plus, what's his name? He's a left winger, so he would play him. Martinelli would take care of that left wing. Then they can alternate. Then Saka and Trossard can alternate between right wing. Then we would need a backup striker for Jesus. Now I would recall Balogun, but I don't know if Balogun wants to be a backup. That's discussion for another. We'll get to the Arsenal section later, though.
Yeah, poor guy. Unfortunately, would you take Zaha at Barcelona? Or do you think?
Nah, I don't feel, because I don't think he's at the age now where I don't think he could really adapt to the style.
Oh, fair
because
enough,
he's always played for Crystal Palace. Crystal Palace have never been a team who really played passing, one touch, silky smooth play. Under Vieira they kind of did, but that's the thing. I don't know. I feel like he's too old now. Where you put him in Barca and you would try to. And plus we need a winger, a starting material winger.
Fair.
And I don't think Zaha, if we start him, is gonna be the winger who will get us going in the Champions League and stuff. So I wouldn't take him out. I'd take him out Arsenal as a squad player.
Fair enough. Yeah, so that's that game. Moving on to Villa versus Fulham. This was a pretty. I don't want to use the word boring, because that's it was kind of though.
Yeah, I mean Tyrone Mings with a header, and that's really it.
Tyrone Mings puts it away 20 minutes into the game, and the game ends 1-0.
Yeah, right? Nothing else. It was. I mean, Villa are up to what? They're in 6th now. I mean. Them losing today, we're going to get on later, but them losing to Man United today pretty much confirms they're not good. I mean, there was a very slim chance, but there's no way they're going to get Champions League football. Europa League is still a stretch, but I think for sure they're probably going to get Conference League now, because Villa, I think, are, just to be sure, I think they're 6th or 7th. Let me check. Yeah, Villa are 7th. They're tied on points with Spurs. They're 2 points back of Liverpool, but they'll probably have a game in hand for a Europa League spot. So, yeah, Conference League they can make it, but I don't think they're making Europa League.
Fox.
Which is still got me considering that they were like damn near in relegation.
They were, yeah.
When
no,
Emery took them, yeah,
Fox.
like we've discussed plenty of times on our podcast, we can't praise them enough.
Impressive team, man. It's an impressive team, and you know what? Despite like a win is a win. At the end of the day, you win 1-0, you win 4-0, you still get 3 points at the end of the day. Villa manages to squeak one by. Even though Fulham had some chances, they had a goal that was called offside, right? But the game overall was just pretty much kind of like nothing crazy.
Yeah, it was
it was whatever.
Nothing really much, and then
moving on to Leeds and Leicester.
Okay. Yeah, no, Leicester scored. Tielemans scored in I think it was like the 6th or 7th minute. Tielemans scored
a banger.
Rocket.
Yeah, it was a banger.
A rocket. It got called offside. I think it's because they're saying that
it was the player near the net.
Yeah, someone interfering with the goalie. But I'm like, bro, like even if the goalie wasn't interfered with, he wasn't gonna stop that fucking shot. You saw how top corner that shit was. It went like straight up, boom, top corner. So like.
And it's kind of disheartening from a Tielemans perspective, given that you've had a hard season, you've had a bit of a rough patch, and to have a goal like that, which usually is a confidence booster for yourself, to be taken away, I can imagine it being kind of tough. But I mean, it is what it is.
Also, on top of the fact that like if Leicester were to get the 3 points, because Leicester are still in the relegation zone, they're 18th. They're still in the relegation zone right now. If they got those 3 points, they'd be out of it.
Leicester's 18th right now. I thought Leicester was 17th.
No, they're 18th because Forest. Well, we're gonna get onto that after. Forest have a game more than Leicester, but they're a point ahead.
Oh, I see.
And Leicester on 29 points. Forest on 30. And the fact that Forest, well, the next result we're gonna talk about right now. Yeah, Forest and Brighton. Forest beats Brighton, which like to me was just like very shocking because Brighton basically were a penalty shootout away from an FA Cup final, and they were and in a game where I think they played better than Man United personally. I think they probably played a bit better. From that, then they got spanked by Forest.
Yeah, playing their main squad, which is kind of. Obviously, we'll get to that other game, Brighton over the weekend, but where De Zerbi decided to bench a lot of his key players, right?
Yeah,
and they spanked.
Yeah, and they played a better team. Well, they spanked Wolves 6-0, and and Wolves are a better team than Forest.
Fox.
That's the
so
thing.
it's a bit of a blip in Brighton's radar.
It's weird, but that result fucks them because if they would have won that result, because same thing with I think Villa, Brighton are where they at? Yeah, they're 8th exactly. They're 8th, but look, bro. They're 8th, but they have 3 games in hand on Villa and Spurs. So hypothetically, they win like 2 of those 3 games in hand. Then they go.
Brighton has only played 30 games.
They played 31 games.
Oh, okay.
Villa and Spurs have played 34.
Oh,
and even Liverpool played 33. So let's say they win 2 out of their 3 games in hand. They'd go up 6 months. They'd be 4 points clear of Villa and Spurs. So they'd be 6th. They'd be 6th right now. So yeah. That's the thing.
Yeah, no, obviously that result is a little bit more damning for Leicester's case. Obviously, Brighton wants to get that Europa League spot. They won't be getting top 4, obviously, but they're trying to fight for that Europa League spot. It's not great for them, but I think it's even more telling for Leicester's potential relegation outcome. But we'll see how that turns around. Leicester's played 34 games now.
Leicester played 33 and Forest will play 34. So Leicester have a game in hand that if they win, they go 2 points clear of Forest. So
gotcha.
it is pretty tight. Like pretty much the only confirmed team to get relegated, in my opinion, is probably Southampton. Southampton, they're not mathematically confirmed, but they're pretty much done. Like we'll get onto that later. But
so that's that result. Moving on to Liverpool versus West Ham. That game ends 3-2. Liverpool had
ended 2-1, ain't it? And the 2-1. Yeah, Matip scored at the end. No,
it was 2-1. 2-1.
Yeah, because Bowen scored a goal, got ruled out, and then Matip
exactly. So it was West Ham goes up early.
Yeah.
Right. So they take over, and it was kind of feeling a little bit like classic Liverpool, where we had a history of kind of going down early and having a tough time getting back into the game.
Yeah.
But Gakpo does his thing. He gets us back in early with soon after, I should say, with a nice corner, bottom left corner strike for outside the box. So that kind of gets our momentum back a little bit.
But then Bowen scored after. And then, Jared Bowen scored a goal that got ruled out. Why was it ruled out again? 'Cause I didn't watch that full game.
Brother was offside.
It was offside.
Yeah, brother was offside. Just barely.
Yeah.
It was. I'm pretty sure he was like very, very close to like having that goal count. But it was a banger. That was a banger to have called off. But obviously, as a Liverpool fan, I'm happy. Whatever.
Yeah.
And then Matip scores a goal from Robertson corner. So
Yeah, Liverpool kind of is giving you a few heart attacks. Every result they get can never be just smooth sailing.
it was a game against West Ham where West Ham is one of those teams where like they just come off a good result against who'd they beat 4-0?
They beat it was Bournemouth.
Bournemouth. They beat Bournemouth. They come out great result against Bournemouth, playing well. Declan Rice playing well. Paqueta playing well. They had their team felt like they were meshing. Antonio felt like they were meshing again. So as a Liverpool fan, I'm like, okay, these guys also they're trying to like fight relegation.
Yeah, I think they're safe though. They're safe.
Yeah, but like from that perspective, like West Ham is a scary team because when you're desperate. Like how when Arsenal was playing Southampton, like that you guys were playing a desperate team, right? But the same here, like we were playing a desperate team, and they played well, to be fair, and they were really taking advantage of Liverpool's defense, which I think that despite our recent success has still been a negative for Liverpool, has still been shaky. Like I don't have very strong faith in that defense. Until I think we get to that like end of season and we make some changes.
Yeah, you guys need some a DM. Y'all need to get a DM, man.
Right, but we go up, we win 2-1, we get the 3 points that we need. Obviously, we're trying to like you could call it a top 4 battle, but really we're gonna get to that later. We're gonna have our question of the day, but right now we're in fifth.
Fifth. Yeah, you guys are 9 points back of Newcastle, 7 points back of Man United.
Exactly right. So it's looking a little bleak. Yeah. However, it's nice as a Liverpool fan to see that how like just a small strategic and tactical change can actually make us look a lot better.
It's okay, man. You're back to where you belong, man. Liverpool have the last 30 years, pretty much until Klopp came. You guys have always been used to being mid. So you're back to where you belong, man. Klopp will leave next year probably.
When was the last time Arsenal won a Premier League?
I don't know, man. We have more than you, though.
But when was the last time you guys won?
You guys have one in 30 years?
But when was the last time you guys won?
We have 4. No, we got 3 or 4. We got 4. Yeah.
I don't know. Y'all have a little bit of history of bottling leagues. But moving on to the next game, Chelsea versus Brentford. Chelsea.
Shit. Let me get onto this real quick. Shit. It was so shit. I've never seen more labored passing in my life. The passing was so dead.
Chelsea should have won this game.
No.
They had so many chances to score.
It's dead.
It was just an absolute amalgamation of like the woes that Chelsea has faced in the last few months.
You seen the lineup he started?
I know, brother, but like
you seen the lineup he started?
Like Gallagher and
Gallagher and Sterling as a front two.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he put on Azpilicueta, who's old as shit. He put him as a man. It's
Lampard. The Lampard signing was a bit of a like. It's super. Like we were all kind of laughing about it, and like I know Chelsea fans were a little bit like, oh, okay, Graham Potter's out, but that has been like probably the most banter manager signing of this.
He's gonna hit, dog. He's gonna be the first manager to hit the 007. He's not there, bro. They're 0 wins, 0 draws, 5 defeats.
Bro, he is. It's terrible, and you know what? Like there are obviously strategical changes that and weird things that Lampard is doing like tactically, but these brothers cannot finish.
Nah, it's not even. Bro, he puts on Aubameyang, who's been frozen out for some reason at Chelsea. He puts him on. Aubameyang looks way more of a threat to score than fucking Kai Havertz, Sterling, or fucking Conor Gallagher. Puts on João Felix. Puts on attacking players. Oh, what a coincidence! They look better as an attacking force. They still didn't win, pussios, but
their defense was just shaky, right? Like
but this is Chelsea have conceded Chelsea's defense is the 3rd best in the league. They have a better defense than us, than Arsenal. But the reason why they're so shit is because, bro, they've scored 30 goals. I think that's like. Because their goal difference is -5. That's all I know. They've scored 30 goals in 32 games, bro. They're averaging less than a goal a game.
Yeah, no, exactly, right? And
like that's so, bro. We have, off the top of my head, Arsenal have scored I think 80 goals, and Man City have scored like 85. We have basically 2.5 times more goals than Chelsea.
Facts.
Like,
but yeah. So obviously actually right now. So City versus Arsenal. This was the biggest game of the season. This was. For all intents and purposes, and you could correct me if you disagree, but for all intents and purposes, this was kind of like winner takes all in a way. right?
Yeah, titles.
Because
Titles, dude.
there a lot of the past Premier League title races have not been as close as what it has come down to this year, which is obviously props to Arsenal. You guys have had an amazing season, and you know you guys were never really expected to be at the level that you have been playing, which is like kudos to you guys. But this was like you beat City at the Etihad is the momentum you guys need to kind of carry on and win the Premier League.
Yeah, well, I
right?
knew we were gonna lose that. Nah, me, it's not us losing because I knew us losing at the Etihad wasn't like what shocked me because I knew we were gonna lose. Me, it's the fact that if we just did our thing and beat Liverpool, beat West Ham, beat Southampton, it wouldn't have mattered if we lost because right now, if Man City win their game in hand, because now they're above us, they're a point above us with a game in hand. They win that, they go 4 points clear of us. We lost basically 6 points from those draws we have West Ham, you guys, and Southampton. We got those 6 points. We're still 2 clear of Man City, despite the fact that we lost at the Etihad. And then we play. Plus, the only hard game we have left is probably Newcastle away. We play fucking Chelsea.
Yeah,
that's easy.
Yeah.
We're gonna play. I think Forest. That's gonna be easy. Like that's what I'm saying. Like we fucked it ourselves. But like all I'm saying is if we can get, like I said, bench pieces. We can get some bench pieces. We can get some. Like the starting 11 itself, I probably wouldn't change much. I would say though that the defense needs to be upgraded because there's no way that when Saliba gets injured, we become weird shit. Like I would get rid of
in
Holding,
terms of like a ball handling center back. He was just
bro. He was getting manhandled, bro. After the first fucking what was it? It was 2 or 3-0 after 30 or 40 minutes. No, we were getting cooked. It was bad. Like even when Liverpool were losing titles to Man City, you guys weren't getting spanked that much. You guys weren't losing like that.
No, and De Bruyne just had a masterclass.
But Ramsdale should be dog. Ramsdale should have saved.
He should have saved that first goal.
The first goal he should have saved for sure. You can't really do much about the other ones.
The John Stones goal, yeah.
But the other ones are just kind of like I don't even know how that shit wasn't given offside as well.
It was like who was it Holding that was keeping him on?
Yeah, but bro, look at because
it was by
you gotta look at the angles, man. Because it's the issue with VAR is that they look at different angles, and some angles he'll look offside, some angles he looks on. It's fucking weird. I don't know.
So do you think in that situation that the call on the field should stand?
I mean, whether it should stand or not, I mean, we were gonna lose anyway. So what the fuck does that even matter? We were gonna lose anyway. So whether it should have counted or not, we just got cooked. This
facts. And
title's gone, but you know what? Second place Champions League. Yeah, I'll take it.
I think that it's a bit comical to see Chelsea fans clown you guys. I get there's the Battle of London and the rivalry and that's whatever.
Well,
but it's a bit comical to see that side because I guess that's Tottenham fans also
Who the fuck are Tottenham fans? Who?
But you know what I'm saying? These fan bases that have basically done fuck all this season are clowning you guys, and it seems like this is their grasp to whatever happiness they have that they can hold on to is basically seeing Arsenal's downfall.
Well, yeah, what happiness are they gonna get? Chelsea are fucked for the next few years. I don't even care what coach they get. The fucking Deadwood, the squad, they have everything. Nah, Chelsea's fucked for the next few years. Spurs are Spurs. Liverpool depends. Man United depends. I mean, the only team who really can make fun of us would be Man City, but who they don't have fans. They won. I didn't man. Here's the thing, man. I would rather lose a league to Man City than anyone else. If I lost, if this was against Liverpool, Chelsea, anyone else, I'd be annoyed. But if it's against Man City, why would I give a shit?
That's fair.
I don't have a Man City fan taunting me on fucking Twitter or in real life. They don't exist.
No, that's exactly right. And now moving on to your game that's coming up on Tuesday, right?
Yeah, Chelsea.
Against Chelsea.
Yeah.
How important is that game, knowing that pretty much the title is kind of gone?
Well, listen, the title. I mean. Okay, technically, and I know it sounds hilarious to say, if we were to win our remaining games, which like I said, it's funny to say, City have 1 or 2 games that are potential banana slips. One of them would be Brighton. I think they play Brighton away, and they play. Hold on, let me check. I know they play Chelsea. I'm not gonna fucking count on Chelsea to do anything, but Man City still have to play. They have to play. Let's see. Yeah, Chelsea, Brighton, Brentford, West Ham, Leeds. And Everton. Out of all those, Brighton and I think Brentford is going to be away as well. Yeah, those games could be hard, but I don't know. But point is, listen, we just need to win the rest of our games. These are still important because technically, and I know it would be damn near impossible. Newcastle are 11 points off of us. If we slip up in 3 games and Newcastle just win the rest of their games, we could finish 3rd. Which is I doubt that shit's gonna happen. My point is we need to win the rest of our games. Hope Man City slip up. If they don't, no one to blame but ourselves. But like, imagine they slip up, but we also slip up. Like basically, like
Fox, brother.
we just need to win our
And
games.
Saliba's out the rest of the season, eh?
No, I mean let him rest, whatever.
Yeah.
So yeah, then we had
Bournemouth versus Southampton. So Bournemouth beats Southampton 1-0. So obviously we talked about Southampton kind of saying, you know what, those guys are pretty much guaranteed relegation at this point. Bournemouth has been pretty impressive. Honestly, they've gotten some pretty staple wins.
So yeah, they're decent, but yeah, like not to dwell on it for too long. Southampton are like Bournemouth are safe and Southampton are fucked. Like it's pretty much. Like,
And I think in this case, like the one goal that Tavernier scored was pretty trash. Like it was like really like weak, but it was just I think in the crowd it was hard to see kind of thing.
Yeah, it was a shit goal. I mean, like it's just that type of luck you have, you know.
Yeah,
that's the thing. And then we talk about after Newcastle, Everton. Oh, okay. This is the one thing I'm gonna say. This is one thing I'm gonna say about this game. So them spanking Everton is not what shocked me. What shocked me is that I don't know if you saw for the fourth goal they scored. You saw what Isaac did to their defense?
Oh my God, brother! Turn them into spaghetti.
You saw what he did to the defense?
Yeah.
That guy was on the. It reminded me of when I don't know if you remember this game when Real Madrid played Atletico Madrid in the semis of the Champions League. This is back in like 2017. Benzema did like the same thing, but I'm like, yeah, that's Benzema. This is Isaac. Like
no, but you know it was pretty impressive, especially like how he was able to on the line.
He's on the line exactly. Like he managed to stay in and like not only that, but like go past like 3 different dudes.
Yeah, in your estimation, was Isaac always capable of this, or has he just kind of found his own groove in Newcastle? Because he was kind of not really under much of a spotlight in Sociedad.
Well, when he was with Sociedad, whenever Barca played them, he was like a player that I would look at and be like,
you'd be kind of like worried.
He is the danger man, but to be fair, he's better than what I thought. Because in the liga, I don't think he ever topped more than like I think 11 goals or 12, something like that. That's the thing. So. He's always been good. I didn't expect him to be that good because when they paid I think like 60 or 70 for him, 70 mil. Which I'm like, that's a tad too much. But you know what? He's been doing his thing.
A lot of players on Newcastle have been basically making a name for themselves. The players that really weren't under any sort of spotlight before the season started.
But they're not gonna stay though. They're not gonna stay.
What do you mean? They're not
gonna because once the Arab once they actually start to invest like into players like dudes like Dan Burn aren't gonna stay. Dudes like fucking what's his name? Longstaff isn't gonna stay, so like certain Callum Wilson they might replace him. Like, because when like the beginning of a takeover, it's always like that. Like yeah, you have the players who kind of get you to like a favorable spot, which like in this case they could get Champions League or even like anything in Europe, Champions League, Europa League, whatever. And then that's from there. That's when they start to invest slowly. That's what Man City did. Man City's first like 2-3 years were like Newcastle right now. Basically, they were pushing for like the top 5, top 6 places. They had Europa League. They started investing a bit more, and eventually they ended up winning the title. And you see the way they are now.
So do you think this is an indication of good ownership or like?
Well, yeah, because bro, eventually, as much as like Callum Wilson, these dudes like help you like get to where they are in the Premier League now. You're not Callum Wilson, Dan Burn, and the Longstaffs aren't players you're gonna take with you to Champions League nights against fucking Bayern Munich, for example. Like,
Oh, yeah, no, that's a fair point. That's a fair point.
Like, they get you
like,
somewhere.
Are those brothers ready to fight like those serious European battles? And that's still up to like question. You don't know.
No, he's not. They're not because Callum Wilson's what like 30? Is it like 30 or something? Like the Longstaffs are like 26. They're not young, is my point. So like,
fair.
like I wouldn't really see that. Then after that, well, yeah.
All right, United versus Tottenham. So that game was you watched it?
I watched the whole thing. Bro.
Yeah, I watched the whole thing. United looks comfortable. They go up early with the Sancho goal, right?
Then Rashford
showing us like Tottenham is kind of like
shit. If you're like Sancho score against you, you're dog
right.
Shit.
It was a nice goal though.
Yeah, it was nice, but like it was so preventable.
But it was exactly.
Like,
Defensively, it was
like,
just really.
You can clearly see he's cutting back on his right foot, bro. Just put a leg and do something. Like it's.
So they go up 2-0, right? You said Rashford scores the second goal. And then it was halftime. Okay, they're up 2-0 halftime. Yeah.
Side note, even that goal, Eric Dyer, like what? I don't get how this dude's like captaining the defense of Spurs, bro. You see, he got spun so badly by Rashford, and Rashford just outpaced the shit out of him. Like if you're like a Thiago Silva, you're like one of like these smart defenders. You don't let Rashford do that to you. Why? Because you would anticipate him do like the shit Rashford did to Dyer wasn't even like some fucking like Trivella shit where like he just went past him with like an insane skill. He just grabbed the ball, like one turn, ran past him. Like that's just so shit defend. Then Rashford obviously is gonna pace him and score, but it's like, bro, like
no,
like it's exactly so right. Ass. Like I don't.
Was this Rashford's first goal coming back from injury?
Yeah, I think it has. Yeah, he scored then. He didn't. When they played against who'd they play before the Spurs game? They played against
Brighton.
Yeah, Brighton in the FA Cup. No, he didn't score then.
No.
Then he played against damn, who'd they play against before? Hold up. Let me check. Yeah.
But yeah, no, exactly. So Rashford scoring in this game obviously might be a bit of a reliever for Man United fans, given the fact that like I think offensively without him they were feeling a little bit drained, a little bit dead. But they go up 2-0. They're feeling good. They're feeling comfortable. They're like, haha, this is Spurs. We're Man United. Trash, right?
Yeah.
But Spurs have been able to turn on a second gear for whatever reason. They haven't been hanging their head too low, right? Like obviously, especially like when they lost, what was it, 5-1 to 6-1 to Newcastle, right?
Yeah.
In that game, you could tell like they put their heads down. They're like, whatever. In this game, they said, nope. We're gonna keep on pushing. We're gonna keep countering. We're gonna keep doing everything we can to win, right?
Because that's Man United. You want to show up. You don't want you want to actually like put on a performance when you're playing at Man United. Plus, it was at home.
Facts, right? So then, what was it? Poro that gets the
Poro
opening.
gets he scored 2 goals for Spurs and they're both been fucking bangers. He scored that
Facts.
1 goal against Southampton in the game where after that Conte got sacked, and then he scored this one. Both of them have been bangers. Like that shit, literally outside the foot top corner. It was. It was cash.
Exactly, right, and he kind of gives Spurs that like little bit of hope, like we can do it, right?
Spurs should have won that game as well. I don't know if you saw. They hit like
Yeah,
Son had a chance. Dyer had a wide open header right in front of the net that he missed. Like Spurs should have won that game. Probably.
Eric Dyer's just trash, bro. Honestly, he's so bad. He needs to kind of just get the fuck out of there. And then, but still, you know, despite obviously missing a lot of chances, was it the Harry Kane pass the Son? Was it?
Yeah, Harry Kane.
That ends up sealing it for United.
He's the only
for
dude.
Spurs.
He's the only dude who can do that. I swear, Kane, man, he's like a playmaker.
Kane's special. Kane is special.
Dope.
Honestly, Kane on Manchester United would be deadly, or even Kane on Chelsea might be like.
Yeah, well, the rumors are maybe Chelsea because Poch is probably gonna go there. Yeah. And Poch wants him, so I don't know, but that Man United got a bit lucky. I can't lie because. I mean, if I'm not wrong, let's see. Yeah. They had the Son miss on the volley, the Eric Dyer wide open header. I'm not sure. I think did they hit the post? I'm not sure. Wait, no, that was today against Liverpool. Never mind. Yeah, we'll talk about that after. Anyways, yeah, Man United escaped, got lucky. I mean,
got lucky. Obviously, it's a bit of a bottle job for Man United, but it's not something that they're kind of like it's something that they've become familiar with. So Man United fans can't really be too upset with bottling. Yeah. Now moving on to Palace versus West Ham.
Side note, moving on to the weekend games. Those were the midweek games. These are going to be the weekend games.
Exactly. So this was the first game. This was yesterday on Saturday, April 29th. The first game of the day, Palace versus West Ham, which ended 4-3.
Yeah, it was a fire game, 4-3.
In Palace's favor.
Yeah.
But it was a very good game, right?
The highlight of it. I'm not gonna. I didn't watch the full thing. I watched up until like maybe the 50th or 60th minute. What made me laugh is fucking Ayew ties the game 1-1, and like even if it's like a last minute goal to tie it 1-1, like you still shouldn't be taking off your shirt and celebrating like that. But it's the fact that it's the 15th minute. It's the 15th minute, and he's taking off his shirt for what?
Fox.
For what?
Yeah, no, it was a bit of a weird clown thing to do.
Like maybe there's a reason behind it. I just wasn't paying attention. I don't know if there is my fault, but like, bro, why?
Yeah. Maybe it was like a response to say like, okay, yeah, West Ham goes up early, but you know we can fight back, we can get a goal back. I don't know.
What kind of pussy mentality is that? I scored. Let me fucking wave. I
scored to tie. Yeah.
What kind of?
But anyways, like that game was it was a pretty solid game to be honest. West Ham obviously goes up first, then Ayew ties it up. And Zaha gets his first goal since November.
Damn, November? In 5 months, first goal in 5 months?
And I'm pretty sure the last team he scored against was West Ham. I'm pretty sure.
Damn, fucking 5 months. Another thing with Zaha, man, he's all...
I mean, I'm pretty sure brother was injured, no?
Well, he was injured for a bit, but like... Well, I mean, Zaha's always been like that throughout his career. He's always, bare pace, bare skill, subpar finishing. He's always been like that. I think that's why he hasn't been to a top club yet. Because there are a few top clubs who did kind of want him, but I think that's the reason why no one's actually pushed for him as much. Because he does have that thing about him. That's why I said he'd be a backup. He wouldn't be a starter. Because he doesn't have like enough finishing in his game. But that game was a good one. Yeah, 4-3. So that pretty much, I think that result pretty much, like, regardless of who won, obviously it's better for Palace because they fucking won. But like, regardless, both teams are safe. Like the relegation, fears, quote unquote, they had like a few weeks ago are pretty much gone at this point. Because like I said, Palace are up to 40 points. West Ham are like at 36 points, 37, something like that. Like they should be fine.
Yeah, honestly, and I think even West Ham in this case, like, honestly should have got a draw because, like, first of all, they had that really just like for whatever reason really slow play in the midfield that gets like I forget who got the ball taken away from him in the middle, and then it ends up leading to a Palace goal. And then I think that penalty that they conceded was also like
Oh yeah, it was
it,
shit.
it was like really. I didn't think it was
a.
a penalty, to be honest.
I mean, maybe it's not even
Um,
necessarily like if it's a penalty or not. I mean, it's necessarily like why like at the moment of the game, like it's such an avoidable like I don't know, like
Yeah.
it's an avoidable penalty.
Fox.
Yeah.
Very avoidable, but however, fun fact: Eze has scored 4 goals in his last 5 games.
That's it, yeah, man.
Yeah,
You guys should sign him. I mean, he's young too. He's only like what 22 maybe.
yeah,
Because I know when they signed him, he was like 18, 19.
yeah.
So he's probably like 21, 22.
Nah, brother's
I
doing
mean,
his
yo,
thing,
better
man.
than fucking Harvey Elliott and Curtis Jones. Although he did score today, we'll get on that later. But you know,
Fox. Yeah. So then that was the first game of the weekend. Moving on
Yeah.
to Brentford versus Forest, goes 2-1 in favor of Brentford.
Yeah, that keeps their Conference League chances alive because they moved. They're now I think they're ninth.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're ninth, and they're correct me if I'm wrong. Let's see. Yeah, so they're ninth, and they're 4 points off Spurs with the same amount of games played.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, it's very unlikely because Brighton are ahead of Brentford. They have 3 games less that have been played, but like. It's unlikely, but that result pretty much keeps them there. I think they lose this, then you can pretty much kiss Conference League goodbye. This result kind of keeps them in the balance for Conference League. 'Cause I think Conference League is. I think it's teams who finish 6th, 7th, and 8th. I'm not sure. I think it's like probably teams who finish like 6th, 7th, and 8th. I think that's how it works.
Yeah,
Could
this
be
was a very weird game for Forest, to be honest, because Forest does go up first. Like, they go up
Yeah.
1 first, and
Yeah.
right before halftime. Second half is where it really kind of goes and shifts to Brentford's favor, where there's that really banging goal from Ivan Toney from the spot kick. It was a weird, like, fucking party, like
Yeah,
parting
I know.
of the Red Sea
I
from the
know.
wall,
I know, yeah.
right?
it
And
was-
then that weird
yeah.
bounce off and out, like, it was just bonkers. And then De Silva tucks one in late, super late,
Yeah, he has that
and it
aura
was a bit of
about
that
him.
like heartbreaking finish for Forest. Obviously, who are again fighting for relegation.
Yeah, they
battle.
say they got those 3 points. Those 3 points could have been huge for them.
It would have been
like
huge
just,
for
not
sure.
even because they would still be like only 4 points clear, but like it's just in terms of like the fact that like psychologically getting that result would have just been huge for them.
It would have been for sure, for
Yeah.
sure.
Getting on to this result made me laugh so bad, bro. It was so 6-0 to Brighton.
6-0 Brighton, which was, again, we mentioned it earlier, but it was so weird because Brighton had that 3-1 loss to Forest, was it? It was 3-1 loss.
Yeah, 3-1 to Forest. Then they
Yeah.
go spank Wolves with half
And-
their starters not even playing.
Exactly, and I don't know if that was just like,
don't get why he-
was it like just De Zerbi saying like, these guys look tired, I want to rest them, or if it was like a bit of like a wake up call.
But they've had a few days rest. What they played Man United on Tuesday, and today so they had. I mean, they played yesterday, so they have 4 days rest. Like I don't get why he would have dropped them. That's the thing, because who did like on top of my head who didn't play that game? I think Cancelo didn't play. I think Matoma. He didn't play. I don't think.
No, Caicedo didn't play. Matoma didn't play.
I think who else didn't play? I think Welbeck didn't start. I don't think Welbeck started. Let me check.
McAllister didn't play.
Yeah, no, let me.
So, yeah, and not just that, but Brighton beat Wolves 6-0, yes. However,
Yeah,
a lot of their goals were bangers.
Yeah, no, I was gonna say, yeah, look who didn't start. Okay, yeah, so, bro, Matoma didn't start, Cancelo didn't start, McAllister didn't start. Friggin' they had what's his name, Solly March, the guy,
Who like
spanked this penalty all the way to the
to the
rosette
next
of
row.
Wembley. He started. They had I haven't even heard this dude Undav. Dennis Undav. He scored 2 goals.
Yeah.
And Welbeck started. I said he didn't start. My fault. He did start. But yeah, no, like their whole pretty much front line and 2 of their midfielders weren't starting. So
Exactly, and to get such a like an emphatic result from such a change in your lineup,
I guess the Wolves
it's
team
really
were-
it speaks to your management.
Yeah.
Like players have faith in their manager, and it also speaks to how well they've been able to mesh as a team this season. I think that they've done an amazing job.
All I hope is this proves is that, bro. So Graham Souness and a lot of the British pundits, quote unquote. One day when Potter went to Chelsea and then they got De Zerbi and they're basically saying, oh, but De Zerbi has had 7 jobs in the last 9 years, so he's not a stable coach. Like I think this is a mistake, blah blah. They're always in it. Like basically, you know how the fucking British pundits are, but they're all racist. They just want British-born managers in the Premier League. De Zerbi comes in and does better than Potter.
Yeah.
Like he's done Brian have always been, even with Potter, Brian were always good. Like forget the fact he was shit at Chelsea. Potter was good at Brian, but like I don't remember Brian being like this good. Like they're very good.
Very solid team, and to be honest, it's a bit tough to see their future given that a lot of players have already
They're gonna-
shown
yeah.
interest for moving up. Like even McAllister shown interest for leaving, and Caicedo shown interest for leaving.
Yeah.
But
Cancelo, Arsenal maybe, and then McAllister, Liverpool are the rumors.
potentially,
so,
right? So at the end of the day, this might be like a little bit of a weird shift for Brighton, which might lead to like a spell of questionable seasons.
If the management, the board is correct, like yeah, they might not hit the heights that they've hit of like finishing top half, but they shouldn't. Like I think Brighton are not gonna get relegated anytime soon.
No, I don't. I
think
wouldn't say so
management's
either.
pretty
Yeah.
solid.
So that was a great game, honestly. For if you're a Brighton fan, not a great game. If you're a Wolves fan, a lot of mistakes.
6-0, man.
6-0 is
that,
tough.
That shit can never happen to me.
Facts. And then now moving on to Sunday, April 30th, the start of these games. Man United versus Villa.
Yeah, that was a pretty like meh game. I mean, Bruno scored. It was like I think 39th, 40th minute. It was like a few minutes before halftime. So that was a pretty like decent game. There wasn't really much. Like Villa like were decent. They didn't really get like a lot. They didn't have a lot of opportunities to score. Like really because like I think out of the 7 shots they got on target, I think only the 7 shots they hit towards the goal, I think only 1 was on target. Like they didn't really have that many like chances really to score. Man United were decent too. I mean, Luke Shaw and Lindelof as a center back pairing have done decent the last few games.
No, they have,
So,
for sure. No,
like,
and this was a very good result for Man United.
And this is
to
a
beat
Villa
to
team who
beat
scores a lot as well.
Villa team that's on fire to get a clean sheet.
Mm-hmm.
No, that was a great result for Man United. Honestly, I think United fans will be really happy about that, especially because of the implication that kind of game has for their top 4 sort of like.
Yeah,
place.
because technically Villa is like somewhat a top 4 rival, even though like not really, but like yeah, Man United needed this result because if they would have lost this, and yeah, since Liverpool won today as well, like that would have been they needed to win this, and yeah, they did. Like I said, to keep like one of the hottest scoring teams clean sheet when your center backs, like your main center backs aren't starting, and you're taking Luke Shaw was a left back, putting him as a center back. No, it was a very very good result. It's like I think Man United fans overall need to be happy with probably the season they've had.
Yeah, very solid season to be fair.
Very
Like, obviously,
solid
there's a couple of like instances of like one might call, and excuse my French, like bottling.
Shit.
No, but like but overall, like Man
Overall,
United fans will
I'd
see
be-
the prospects, especially now. I think it was either yesterday or Friday, where there was an official bid by the Qatari, Sheikh Jassim,
Yeah.
for 5 billion euros.
Yeah, but apparently that guy Radcliffe was like outbidding them currently. There was like protests outside and inside of Old Trafford today because the Radcliffe guy, what he wants to do is that if he basically was to get the club, he would still keep the Glazers on in like a minority stake.
Yeah, exactly.
Which like Man United fans don't want. They just want them to be completely gone. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, whatever happens.
It's a bit of a tough situation for sure because like as a non-Man United fan, who do you want to buy the club? You would want Radcliffe.
I
to
mean,
buy the club,
I don't want anyone who just makes them more shit.
right? Because at the end of the day, he doesn't have he would be going in debt to buy this club.
He doesn't have the aura, man. Doesn't have
He
the
doesn't.
sauce.
He wouldn't clear any of the debt.
Yeah, no.
He wouldn't upgrade the stadium as basically as some fans want. He wouldn't really be able to put that much of an influence on the team in terms of players and what have you. He's just basically like he's kind of like put his dick on the table and said, "Yeah, take that, Qatari owners." But and the thing is about Glazers, right? Glazers don't give a shit. Like Glazers just want more money.
Yeah, but bro, if they, I don't know, man. Like I'm not a financial fucking expert, but if Glazers stay on, Man United continue to be mid, and you continue to be mid, the value of the club doesn't go up. The value of the club doesn't go up. You don't make as much money. So if I'm them, I'll just come on losses selling now. But hey, I'm not complaining. Shit, Man United are ass. I'm happy. But that's good. I'm gonna skim through the next 3 games real quick, just because there's like the Liverpool game I really want to get into. So yeah, okay, Man City, Fulham. Haaland hits 50 goals in all competitions for the year. I think he's the first dude to do that in the first Premier League player to do that since I'd say like Premier League, like English League, quote, whatever, since the 1930s that I saw today. So that's pretty cool. I mean, yeah, they win. They go above Arsenal. I mean, to be expected, whatever. Bournemouth spank Leeds. So that pretty much, I think to me, that pretty much confirms Bournemouth are staying up. Leeds, I think, are still in trouble. They're still in trouble because I think they're like a point.
They are very.
I think they're like a point or
especially
two.
because their most recent results have been terrible.
Yeah, they're only a point above safety, and Leicester played a game less. Yeah, they're on the same points as Forest. So yeah, So now Bournemouth up to 39 points. So yeah, no, they should be fine. But basically, yeah, that result does no favor to Leeds. Bournemouth are pretty much guaranteed to stay up at this point. I mean, Newcastle as well after that. 3-1 Southampton spanked them. Southampton are down, like I mentioned earlier. That's like, I think if they stay up, it would be like a miracle at this point because like they played 33, 34 games and they're 6 points off of safety.
For sure, yeah.
So like I think those.
And I think you can overall say that Bournemouth has had a very successful season, right?
Well, yeah, bro. They started out, bro. They got spanked 9-0 by Liverpool, and they're like their third game of the year. Everyone thought they were gonna go down instantly.
I think even before the season started, like a lot of people had Bournemouth at the bottom, right?
Gary O'Neill's done his thing, man.
Gary
I mean,
O'Neill's
Scott
definitely
Parker's
done his
shit. He went to Club Brugge after, and then still got sacked from there. So yeah, Scott Parker's a shit coach, and yeah. But now the result that I'll let you take over, man. Liverpool Spurs.
Oh, this was a game that I was watching on my own at home, feeling good. You know, I was like, you know what, that West Ham game was kind of like had my hand on my heart for the most of it. I wasn't feeling very, very hot about it. And this was the game I sat down and I said, you know what, Spurs have been kind of shit. They did manage to get a really good comeback against United earlier in the week. That is a cause for concern for sure. And you can never count out a man like Harry Kane. You never count out a guy like Human Song, right? So, start off the game, Liverpool out the gate. Hidden, score.
What was it? 2-3 goals after like 20 minutes, I think.
It was, I think, yeah, about 25 minutes in. We're up 3-0, right?
Yeah.
The team is flowing. The team is meshing. Diaz gets his first goal back since he came back from injury.
Yeah, since he got Botox as well. You seen his cheeks?
Pause. Wow, it's cute. Love that kid. Curtis Jones gets a goal, which is like, I was like, word, all right.
Yeah, bro. Right after 15 minutes. Yeah, literally after 15 minutes, you guys were up 3-0.
15 minutes, we were up 3-0?
Yeah.
Shit. Anyway, so we were pretty much spanking on another level in terms of just like firing at Tottenham and just exposing their really like defensive struggles. Dyer was again having a shit show.
Christian Romero, fucking terrible.
Romero, yeah, whatever,
Sure.
right?
Fucking terrible.
But then something around, I would say maybe the 30th minute was when Tottenham kind of turned up a second gear.
Well, yeah. Well, Kane scored his goal in the 30. I just checked at the 39th minute. And then from there, like, okay, yeah, what? I think Spurs hit the post like 3 times.
So from there, basically, Son had a chance that it was a pass from Harry Kane, but it ended up being offside. But he had a chance to score. Obviously, it wouldn't have counted anyway, but it was still a chance. Like, it still showed you that Tottenham was pushing, was pressing, which they weren't doing in that first 20 minutes, right? Yeah. They're pressing. They're doing their thing, putting a lot of strain on Liverpool. You even have Van Dijk making a goal line clearance, right, which shows that like honestly Spurs should have had a lot of goals.
You saw what Perisic did to Van Dijk.
Yeah, Perisic, bro.
He had him doing the limbo, bro. That guy was going.
Oh my god! And the commentator had the audacity to say Van Dijk slipped, brother. He did not slip. Perisic just pants.
He had him doing the fucking the cha cha cha. I've never seen a man bro. I've never seen a defender get pants like that. I think the last time I saw something this bad was when Di Maria. Not even, bro. It was when Di Maria fucking. You ever seen that? You ever seen this? But this is like a while ago. Di Maria against Puyol. Di Maria goes like one way, then switches the other. He had Puyol doing the splits.
Oh yeah. I think I've seen it. Yeah.
Bro. I think that's the last time I've seen a defender get like pants like that badly.
Yeah, no, it was crazy, bro. Especially because like I think Virgil was really trying to like press and catch up, but he was just like he overshot by a lot. And Perisic just like he basically does his thing, and then nice chip to Kane. There's nobody in the box really to defend.
Oh, if that resulted in a goal, bro. I think Van Dijk would not. I think his legacy would have not recovered from that.
It did. They scored.
They scored from that?
Yeah, that was.
Oh shit! Oh, that's true. That's true.
Yeah, that was why like yes, Virgil made a nice goal line clearance, but he kind of negated it a bit by getting like that disrespected, right?
That's true. Yeah.
So that was Harry Kane's goal. They go up. It was 3-1 now, and Liverpool fans wanted to get to halftime because Spurs are pressing. Yeah. We wanted to get to halftime so bad, right? So we were like thinking, okay, halftime comes. We want basically to come back a little bit fresher. And we did. For the most part, we were holding possession, whatever, and we were possession wise, we were really doing good.
But Spurs
were counterattacking like crazy, right? Son was just like he had like the will of Jesus in his heart, bro, like a Korean Jesus, you know.
I mean, he hit the post. Romero hit the post.
Yeah,
I think Romero's would have been offside though. I'm not sure. It looked kind of offside to me, points, but yeah, they both hit the post. Yada yada yada, and then
so they both hit the post. They're obviously doing a great job pressing. They go up 3-2 from a goal from Son.
Yeah, Son scored.
Son scored a goal. Right, he made a great run for sure. And then it was 90th minute goal or 90th minute.
It was 90th, bro. And he took off his shirt and everything. I guess like he's a former Everton player. Scored against Liverpool. It's his first goal of the year. takes his shirt off, all that shit just to get fucking pants
But
like
the thing,
1 minute later.
bro. But the thing is about it, right? Is that I know I'm in the minority when I say this, but I actually love Richarlison because I'm a Brazil fan, right? So and when Brazil internationally, Richarlison is is our top striker.
Yeah, but he's such a dickhead.
I still like I don't know like I just because again I'm a Brazil fan, so I do actually respect him and I like him, right? So when he's not playing Liverpool, I'm like, brother, please score, please score, please score.
Nah.
And then he comes on, he's about to come on, right? I'm like, brother, please don't score, please. I'm telling you, don't make this the game you score. This brother's like, nah, fuck you, I don't care, and then he scores, right? Not too much Allison could have done. Obviously, it was a bit of a
weird. It was a weird deflection.
It was a weird like
chip.
yeah,
like it went
right?
over. Yeah. It was weird.
Fair play to him. They score. I think it's done. I'm like, whatever.
Nah, so I was just there. I'm like, there's no way.
I think it's done. I'm like, man, this is we bottled it. I'm like, we just became Man United, right?
That's worse. Man United.
Yeah.
Man United was 2-0. Okay, cool. That's 3-0.
Exactly.
Plus, Man United were playing away. You guys were playing at home.
Anfield, right? So this would have been worse. If we ended up bottling this, it would have been worse, right?
It would have been way worse.
But then Lucas Moura said, you know what?
He gave you a gift.
I raise your bottle. I'm gonna put 2 bottles on top of that, right?
Yeah, he gave you an early Christmas gift.
Literally.
Passed
right?
it back to Jota, just like, yeah.
So
that was.
And you know what?
You saw Klopp. He hurt his hamstring.
Brother hurt his hamstring. Oh my god, that shit made me laugh so hard.
That boy hurt his hamstring.
But that wasn't even that was funny. But understand how cold it was for Jota to do what he did after he scored. He hit him with the CR7.
Yeah, and he just sat down.
And then he went sat down. You know, probably having a nice day, getting a blowjob or something, and that's it.
Yeah,
Case closed. Liverpool beats Tottenham 4-3. Tottenham played I would say from about 25 minutes onward, Tottenham
played a
pretty
good game,
solid
but bro,
game.
they need to stop putting themselves in this situation. If they played like that the whole game, they'd win more.
Facts, and they I don't think they deserved to not get a result out of this game. They definitely played their ass off.
Yeah.
They made my ass sweat. They made a lot of Liverpool's asses sweat.
Why you gotta say it like that? Like I said, yeah.
I mean, bro, listen. I touched my butt after.
I don't think about your ass.
I touched my butt after. It was a little moist.
I want moist.
It was a little bit.
Yeah, but moist and wet.
Like humidity level was at least.
Yeah, but moist and wet aren't the same thing though.
No, like it was like the moisture building.
Oh, okay,
right from the anguish.
For sure.
Right,
for sure, man.
But moving on from my moist ass.
Yeah, this leads me to the question of the day actually, basically, because this result like has top 4 implications. Now, do you think Liverpool could still make top 4? I'll let you answer first.
I say, listen. Obviously, I like to play a little bit of a delusional card, just thinking that like I have hope in my heart that it could happen, right? But I like to look at reality as well. If United had lost today, I would have felt a lot more comfortable.
Yeah.
United didn't lose today. Fair play to them. They beat Villa, which was a tough game to win.
Yeah.
They won. Fair play to them. I think
it's hard.
With 4 games left, right?
Yeah, you guys have 4. They have 5, and Newcastle's off 4.
Yeah. So I'm sorry to break it to you guys, Liverpool fans. It's not looking good, bruv.
Yeah, no,
it's not looking good, bruv. Shout out to Castillo, but it's not looking good, bruv.
You would need to basically win every single game and hope that Man United or Newcastle basically drop like 3 out of their next like 5 or 6 games, which isn't gonna happen.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna happen.
Yeah, no, it's not. You guys, I think
maybe,
for sure.
Like, listen, brother, maybe if for example, because United is what like but I guess this is FA Cup final end of May.
No, it's June 3rd actually.
Is it June 3rd?
June 3rd.
Okay. So yeah, so the Man United is kind of like comfortably, I think.
Yeah, no, I think it's done. I think the run you guys went on basically from what was it? It was I think from like February. Basically after you guys beat Man United 7-0, there was a few results after that which I think are what fucked over your season. Because after that, I think you guys lost to Brighton after that, and what was it? You guys had a few shaky results after that 7-0 against Man United, which I think pretty much doomed your season.
Yeah.
So like,
exactly.
yeah, I don't
know. We don't deserve it. To be honest, we do not deserve top 4. I think there are teams that have been better. They deserve it. Newcastle deserves it, and I think United deserve it. So Liverpool, listen, Liverpool can take these last few games. They can take it with like they can hold their head up high, saying that they fought. At the end of the day, we do not deserve top 4. I don't think. Yeah, we deserve to make it to the end of the season. Yeah. Reflect on our shortcomings. Build on it for next year. Hopefully next year we come back stronger. Head up, Liverpool fans. You know,
that's all you can hope for. Yeah, pretty much. And then,
that was Premier League roundup. Honestly, it was a pretty solid week. A lot of like amazing games. Honestly, I can't complain as a football fan. Yeah. But we wanted to definitely cover a little bit of La Liga right now.
Yeah, a bit. This is This is what pisses me off. So okay, listen. So La Liga, just like Premier League this week, had basically midweek games and had weekend games. The ones I want to focus on specifically are Barca and Madrid's 2 games, as well as focusing on Yamin Lamal or Lamin Yamal. What's his name? Because I keep confusing because his first.
Yamin Lamal.
Is it that or is it Yamin? Is it Yamin Lamal or let me just. I'm not trying to like.
Brother's not trying to botch up his name.
I'm not trying to fuck up man's name, you know. So yeah. Lamine Yamal. Okay, cool.
Lamine Yamal.
Basically, okay. Going on, Barca get fucking. They lose 2-1 to Vallecano. I do not like. This is the team for some reason that's like our bogey team. Our bogey team used to be Real Sociedad. Our bogey team recently has been Vallecano. I don't get every time we play against them, we're so shit. The worst part is Vallecano beat us 2-1, and then they lose 4-0 to not only the worst team, like they're the worst team in the league, like they're last place, Elche. Elche are like considerably the worst team in the league. They only have 13 points. I think the team above them in 19th have 30. So like they're shit.
It was a weird week, brother, for La Liga.
Like I can't we do that, but then we get our players back. Yeah, Pedri starts off from the beginning. We have De Jong who's back, Christensen who's back, Busquets is back for suspension, and and lo and behold, we played Betis, who are 5th in the league, and not only we played them, we spanked them. Even before they got the red, even before they had the red card, we were on their ass from the beginning. And I'm like, why? Like, basically, the Barca we saw midweek is a Barca that basically should not be anywhere near a Champions League game, should not be anywhere near challenging for the league, whatever. Then the Barca we saw yesterday is a Barca that I could see, winning the league and making it far in the Champions League. Because like that Barca team that played yesterday was very good. Like I think fluid one-touch passing, everything. Lewandowski got a goal. Rafinha, I think, did Rafinha get it? Yeah, Rafinha had a goal. He had an assist.
He scored the first goal, no?
No, he assisted the first goal. He scored the third. Lewandowski, and then Ansu Fati got it was like his goal, but technically it was counted as an own goal because it went off a player, but it was pretty much all Ansu Fati's doing. So there was that. Also, like I said, Yamal came on 15. He's the youngest ever player to come on for Barca. I don't know if it's a La Liga record or just a Barca record. Point is, it's some fucking record. 15. What were you doing at 15? Sure, what was that?
It was a Barca record. It was a Barca record. He's the youngest player to ever.
Yeah, he literally almost scored after like a minute of being on. Literally provided Dembele with a sexy fucking pass
nice chip.
that Dembele should have scored. I mean, Dembele's
rusty. It was
rusty.
a bit hard.
Look, it's a bit hard. Plus, he's rusty because he hasn't played in like 2 months. Okay, I'll give it to him. But point is, like that goal, like that, yeah.
I think, so obviously speaking on Madrid and Barca specifically, because those are kind of our teams of interest in La Liga.
Yeah.
But it was really weird week because it was kind of like they were mirroring each other in a way.
Yeah,
like where
even
Madrid loses 4-2 to Almeria, right?
No, they beat Almeria 4-2. They lost 4-2 to Girona. Girona, yes. They had that dude, I forgot his name, but he scored 4 goals against them.
They lost 4-0 or 4-2?
4-2.
Yeah, they lost 4-2 to Girona, and then they beat Almeria 4-2.
Exactly.
Yes, exactly. So, but when they lost, it was midweek, right? Barca fans come on Twitter, they're clowning Madrid, they're like, y'all trash, whatever.
Yeah,
then Barca loses 2-1 to...
Okay, to Vallecano. But we didn't have someone... This one, wasn't it? Castellanos? I might be mispronouncing that. My fault. He scored 4 goals against them.
Yeah.
Like 4 goals. You're gonna let the same dude touch you like that 4 times.
Facts. No, and it was embarrassing. Honestly, 2-1 is not a great result for Barca, and to lose like that. But 4-2
by the same player.
Yeah.
Plus, I'm pretty sure Girona. If I'm not mistaken, Vallecano are shit. But I'm pretty sure. Let me check. Hold up. Okay, Girona are 10th. Okay, Vallecano are 9th. Girona are 10th. Okay, so both teams are relatively the same. Cool, but still, fucking same dude. Anyways, doing that now with those goals because now Madrid also won like we mentioned yesterday 4-2 against Almeria. Benzema with the hat tricks. Now the Pachichi's looking 19 goals for Lewandowski, 17 to Benzema. But Benzema's played 10 games less than Lewandowski as well. Like I told you,
it's just Benzema has been able to make up that ground with 3-4 hat tricks now.
But Benzema also all 6 out of his 17 goals have been penalties. Lewandowski, none of his goals have been penalties.
Yeah, fair.
Because he's not the designated penalty taker. I'm pretty sure. So there's that. I mean, pretty much all to say.
You're just talking about La Liga, right?
Yeah, La Liga, exactly. Yeah, La Liga. And pretty much, Barca have the league pretty much wrapped and done. Overall, successful season. I mean, Madrid, if they can win the Champions League, which I doubt they will, I mean, you can say it's a successful season for them. But yeah, Madrid honestly Madrid and Barca still have some ways to go for them to go back to what they were a few years ago. Because I was even looking at someone saying how badly La Liga fell off because this time, I think 5 years ago, this point in the league, Messi had 35 goals. And the second goal scorer was, I think, Suarez with 24. And now look, the top 2 scores are on 19 and 17.
Fox.
So like it's
Right,
been
it's a bit of
the
a weird
quality of the
year,
league has dropped off a bit, but I think it will get back in the future because it's still Barca, Madrid. You have Atletico there, you have Betis, Valencia, Sevilla. Because a lot of teams this year who are like quote unquote traditional like big teams in Spain have underperformed a lot.
For sure.
Specifically Sevilla, you have Valencia who's been underperforming for a while.
Right.
It will get back eventually, but yeah.
And for those of you guys who want to share your opinions, definitely let us know. First of all, what your opinion on the question of the day was, will Liverpool make top 4? The second question, who will win the Pachichi? Benzema or Lewandowski? Or will it be some third mystery man?
Lewandowski. It's Lewandowski.
Yeah, that'll be up for you guys to obviously decide. Let us know what you guys think. And that will probably wrap it up for this week's podcast.
Yeah, I forgot to mention, I'm going to be on vacation the next 3 weeks and, the motherland. So, podcast is going to be taking a different form the next 3 weeks. But, you guys can always rely on Karim for the good shits.
Yeah, so
He'll
obviously
never let you
my brother Brahim is going to be away for a couple of weeks. Probably won't be back until, let's say...
Yeah, the next 3 weeks. The next 3 weeks we won't...
What will be the first podcast that you'll be back in?
The first podcast I'll be back in will be uploaded probably, June 1st.
June 1st.
Because we'd be doing it, we'd be uploading...
Is that a Wednesday?
Yeah, June 1st would be a Wednesday, I think, yeah. Because I come back... Let me check real quick. Let's see. Just to be sure. I know you guys are going to miss me, too. You're going to miss me.
Bro, I'm going to miss you. Damn, bro. I'm about to start crying after this.
I know you're going to miss me. Yeah, the first podcast I'll be back on will be... Okay, yeah, so May 31st.
May 31st will be the Sunday or Wednesday?
It will be a Wednesday because the Sunday would be the 28th.
All right.
And I'm back on the 24th.
So you will see Ibrahim back on May 31st.
Exactly.
However,
One
if you
month.
do miss his face and you want to see him more...
Peep the TikToks.
Peep the
TikToks going to
TikTok.
go up. Peep the TikTok. TikToks. I'm going to provide you. I'll try to provide you guys
brother's
with
going to start doing some international TikToks.
Yeah, I'm going to try to provide you guys with some good, I'll try to get, some soccer shit going on in Lebanon. I'll try to get you, show you guys some touristy shit maybe. I don't know. I'm going to get you guys involved.
So for all our Lebanese followers and all our Lebanese brothers who like our podcast, we appreciate you. Obviously, if you guys are going to miss Brahim, I know I will. Him and his shit takes.
Stop.
But,
Stop
but he will be back. The podcast, like he said, the podcast will be taking a bit of a different format for the next couple of weeks. I'm still trying to decide whether or not that format will involve just a audio format for the podcast.
Or a video.
But be sure that Premier League and La Liga will always be covered every week until he comes back.
Rest easy.
And if you're looking for more consistent content and regular daily content,
peep the TikToks. The TikToks are where the bulk of the shit comes from. You guys want to see some challenges, whatever. Peep the TikToks.
Yep. And let us know how shit our ball knowledge is for sure. We appreciate you guys for watching and tuning in, for letting us know. We've had a couple of people DM us personally and let us know how they've liked the podcast and what they wanted to change. And hopefully we'll be able to make those changes as time goes on. Upgrade the setup a little bit. You already know. And let us know what you guys want next week's question of the day to be. I will be covering that. And maybe I'll have a special guest. Who knows? We'll tune in next week for our podcast. And I'll see you guys on Twitter and TikTok.
All right, guys. Well, take care. And I will miss you all so much. I will miss this camera.
Yeah. We love you guys. Peace out.
So, peace.